The views expressed on Teachavision are those of the interviewee and interviewer and do not represent Screenless Allies as a whole. Hello there, and welcome to Teachavision, where everyone has a different vision of learning, episode number 15. My name is Jose Briseño, and today, this is the final part of the interview that I did with Miss Sonia Herrera, blind mother of two. On this episode, it's all about fun activities that she likes to do with her kids and some advice for future parents that are totally blind or with any disability. It applies to anyone. Again, Sonia, if you're listening to this, thank you very much for allowing me to interview you, and stay tuned because there may be some comebacks from Miss Sonia. The best way to find out is to stay tuned. Coming soon on Teachavision by Screenless Allies. And now, on with the show. So what kind of activities do you like to do with your kids?
We live out in the country, so we really like to go out and run around and play with them, different games. They have scooters. They like to go on the scooters. They also like inside activities, like sometimes we color. I have like the ABCs and numbers, the shapes, so I sit with them and then try to teach them the ABCs, and we go through the letters. You know, everybody's now in technology. They like to sit down and watch like a lot of YouTube and YouTube Kids and stuff like that.
How has technology either helped or hindered your kids? Because back when we were little kids, we would go out and play, you know?
Yeah, we never grew up with technology. Yeah, we're the same age, huh?
Yeah, we are.
We're not that old, but I didn't grow up with technology. It was all, like you said, playing outside, gangs. For them, I mean, they haven't gotten lazy because they still, even though they use the phone or the TV for a while, they still get up and want to go outside and play. Like sometimes I'm the one that don't want to let them outside. If I'm busy doing like cooking or cleaning, I don't let them go outside by themselves unsupervised. The oldest kind of sometimes does hang out right here in the front lawn, but he knows how to speak. So every time I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He answers. But the 3-year-old, he still doesn't really answer when I call him. So I don't let him outside at all.
Do you read them bedtime stories?
Honestly, not like all the time. Usually for my culture as a Mexican, we just go to bed, say goodnight, and do a prayer, and that's it. We don't really do, bedtime stories. Sometimes I do tell them stories, but not like from a book. And sometimes like he doesn't want to go to sleep and he tells me to tell him a story or to start counting numbers or doing the ABCs. But honestly, like sitting and doing a bedtime story is not really like in our culture.
The bedtime stories we have that we grew up with were La Llorona and El Cucuy.
Yeah, like that was scary things.
And trust me, if you did not fall asleep, that was the story that they would tell you. Oh yeah? El Cucuy. And you're just like, because it never failed. Those stories are just scary as heck. Here's your blind parenting tip, courtesy of yours truly. If you want to put a kid to sleep, tell them those stories, and I promise you in about 5 seconds, they will fall asleep. No questions asked. Do you have like maybe a funny moment with your kids that you'll never forget?
I'm pretty sure there was moments, but I can't think of some. I mean, the only thing I can think of is my oldest son when he was like 1.5 years old. We went to a quinceañera. Women for like big parties like quinceañeras and stuff, women wear dresses and men usually dress up like cowboys, with the boots and the jeans and the belts and the long sleeve shiny shirts and that they had.
Been there, done that. Yep.
Yeah, and I dressed him up like that, so he was looking pretty funny, and he loved to dance. And there was a bunch of people dancing to like the DJ and like the banda and everything, and he went up to the like biggest speaker he can find and stand in front of it and just start dancing, and everybody was laughing and recording him. That little baby, a 1-year-old and a half, was dancing like crazy in front of the audience. It was so funny.
You need to keep that, and then if he ever gets married in the future, you need to put that at his wedding. Remember, that's a culture thing.
Yeah,
you gotta embarrass
everybody
our kids,
was asking, is that your child? I was like, yes. Oh my God, he's so adorable. Like, he's dancing over here with his cowboy boots.
What would be a message you would want to give future blind parents or parents that want to actually have a child that are totally blind? What would be some advice that you would give them now that you've been through it yourself?
First of all, I would tell them to really think it through, because it's something that it's really hard and it's a lot of responsibility. To really think it through, and if they do decide to have a child, to not let nobody tell you can't do this because you're blind. To not let that get to you, because you can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. It's like they say in Spanish, querer es poder. To not be afraid, it's just like any other parent, Nobody gets taught how to be a parent because you won't learn that until you become a parent. People can tell you, oh, they can give you advice. Oh, you can do this, you can do that. But honestly, you won't learn until you actually have a child and have to raise it and teach him morals, all these kinds of things, and care for it. You won't learn until you actually go through it, and don't let nobody ever tell you can't do it. That's my main thing.
Sonia, any last thoughts that you want to share with everyone about, just being a blind parent in general or accessibility of things like that?
If anybody out there that is sighted and sees a blind parent, don't just judge him. Like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. Being a parent with a disability, I think it's a very brave thing, and it takes a lot of will to you become a parent. So instead of putting them down or thinking less of them, you should think more of them. You can offer help. If they accept it, that's good. But if they denied you, don't feel bad. They got it.
Sonia, thank you so much for being here again. Thank you for answering all my questions. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for partaking in this interview. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And again, thank you for having me. And sorry for all sometimes since, I have two languages, English and Spanish, it's really hard to find the words sometimes from both languages. I get confused sometimes. So I hope that people understood what I was saying.
That's okay. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here yet again.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Teachavision by Screenless Allies. We'll see you on the next one. Meanwhile, you can check out our website at screenlessallies.com. SCRENLESSALLIES.com. Check out our Facebook, facebook.com/ScreenlessAlliesOfficial. And most importantly, please tell your friends about us. And if you have any suggestions or comments or questions, you can definitely email those to info@screenlessallies.com. We'll see you next time, and thank you for listening.